Now, in this section, we will research on security frameworks. So we'll see what could be the various security frameworks and data protection standards. We'll see at high level. We understand what are SOC2 and SOC2 principles and why you need SOC2. We'll also see some sample SOC2 reports. What could be the challenges with SOC2? What are the differences between ISO 27001 and SOC2? And once we have decided to go with SOC2, what could be the scope agreement? And we'll see the team availability and move to the next steps. Now, security frameworks at high level, we have ISO 27001. So this is by ISO, which is International Organization for Standardization. And the latest version is 27001 in 2022. And total we have 93 controls there in Annex A. For more details, we have the list of controls here. For organizational controls, we have this list. So for policy for information security, segregation of duties. So these are all the policies we have for organization control. For people's control, it should be screening, terms and condition, how the HR process works, it's a people control. Physical controls, what is the physical security parameters, physical entry, and technological controls, the use of firewall, user endpoint devices, how we are securing our assets, basically using technology like firewall, other servers, malwares, endpoints. So it comes here. So this is for ISO 27001. It have approximately 93 controls here on 2022 version. So this is one of the framework. Now coming to next one, which is NIST Cybersecurity Framework. So for NIST, we have some process like govern, identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. So these are the processes for NIST Cybersecurity Framework. And you can see it here. We have a list of controls also here. And this deals with all of the, for all of the security threats, how to deal with security risk. Now coming to the next one, which is SOC2. So SOC2 is by AICPA, which is American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. Now, this is based on 5 trust principles, which is security, availability, process integrity, confidentiality, and privacy. So we have the CIA triad basically, right? So it rotates there. Compliance standard in North America. So this was mainly for service-based organization initially, but this is now for all. For any organization that can, stores or transmit customer data, so regardless of their service model. We will see more details on SOC2 in the next slides. Now the last one we have is NCA, which is National Cyber Security Authority. This is in KSA, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So here we have similar to ISO 27001, we have here controls. So we have 5 cybersecurity main domains, then 29 subdomains, and then 114 controls. So it looks like this. So first we have cybersecurity governance. This is a main domain, and the subdomains are cybersecurity strategy, cybersecurity management, risk management. So like this, we have the main domain, then subdomain, and each and every subdomain have their own controls. Like this is subdomain, and this is control 111. So we should have this control in place. So like this is a security framework for the companies operating in Saudi Arabia. Now, these are just some of the frameworks. ISO 27001 is at global level. Some frameworks are designed to be for particular geographies like SOC2 would work in USA and Europe, and ISO would be for global. So out of these, ISO 27001, NIST, and SOC 2 is not mandatory, but NCA KSA is mandatory for the companies operating in KSA. Okay, as this is a legal requirement for the companies operating there, so this should be followed by company there. Now we have seen some of the ISMS frameworks. Similar to that, we have data protection standards. Now ISMS scope is broad. It protects all information assets, but data protection standards, it deals with only handling of sensitive information or sensitive data. So like for ISMS, we have ISO 27001, which is at global level acceptance. For data protection standard, we have ISO 27701. For European residents, we have GDPR. Any company which handles data of EU residents should follow GDPR. This is mandatory. And similar, we have California Consumer Privacy Act for California residents. As we have Juristech, which is Malaysian-based company, so we have to see what are the details in Malaysia PDPA Act, and depending on that, we align our policies with this. Now moving to the next one, we have India DPDP rules. So any company that handle Indian citizen data, it should follow India DPDP Act. So these are all regional, like some we follow for European Union, some we follow for California, some is for Malaysia, and this is for India. This is based on geography. Now, for industry based, we have PCI DSS, which is Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. Any company or service organization that handles credit card numbers or name, expiry date, or any other details related to payment card should follow PCI DSS. Next one is HIPAA. So this is related to sensitive patient data for healthcare industry. So HIPAA is for organization, how personal health should be protected. It's based in US. And HITRUST is another global security framework and risk management framework. Like HIPAA is for US. HITRUST is a framework that provides comprehensive set of security controls to assess HIPAA compliance. So these are some of the data protection standards. Some are for particular geographies like GDPR, CCPA, PDPA, and DPDP, and some is related to industry like PCI DSS and HIPAA.
Now let's see in details SOC 2. So SOC stands for System and Organization Control 2. So this is by AICPA, which is American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. This is a professional body for accountants, and this framework SOC 2 is for information security controls. So this is applicable to any service organization. Initially it was just for SaaS based companies. Now it is for any service organization that processes, stores or transmits data of the clients. SOC 2 compliance is not mandatory in the US, like we have GDPR, HIPAA. So these data protection standards are mandatory. SOC compliance is not mandatory. The official website, you can see it's here. You can go check and visit this website.
Now under SSAE 16, AICPA released 3 reports, which are SOC 1, SOC 2, and SOC 3. SOC 2 is for information security, and it's based on 5 trust criteria, which is security, availability, confidentiality, process integrity, and privacy. So this is CIA tried basically. So let's start with confidentiality. So confidentiality principle, it should say every confidential data is kept safe, is kept confidential. Availability, the data should be available, and what are the controls you are taking care to make it available. And integrity, the data is not changed or modified. Now other two rotates on confidentiality only, which is security. system and data should be protected against unauthorized access. So that is again confidentiality. And privacy, like consumer data should be protected. So this also rotate in confidentiality area. So we have these 5 trust criteria. So for SOC reports types, we have 3, which is SOC 1, SOC 2, and SOC 3. SOC 1 is for audit on company financial process, like how you control the financial reporting. For SOC 2, it is on information security process. SOC 3 is a shorter version for SOC 2 report. This can be used for public display. It does not contain any kind of technical information. So this is for SOC 1, SOC 2, and SOC 3. SOC 1 and SOC 2 are further divided into type 1 and type 2. So we have SOC 1 type 1, SOC 1 type 2, SOC 2 type 1, and SOC 2 type 2. So what is a type 1 report? Type 1 report is basically when we start a process, we develop policies, right? We implement policies, we document them. So we start with type 1 reports. So this type 1 is easy to implement, which may take some weeks. And type 1 is an audit that assesses organization systems suitable to meet the relevant trust principle at a specified date. So example, today I started type 1 report and it took approximately 1 month to complete type 1. Now today, after 1 month, we have this report that our SOC 2 type 1 is ready. Now once this SOC 2 type 1 is ready, we have SOC 2 type 2. We have already designed and implemented our policies, but how effective they are? What are the operational effectiveness? So suppose we get type 1 report by 30th Jan example. So we wait minimum 3 months. So to get a type 2, there is an observation period, which is minimum 3 months and maximum we can take 4 months, 5 months, up to 1 year. So we have written example risk management policy, which state company would perform risk management every month. Now to prove this, we have a Feb, March and April month. We have to showcase proof to the auditor that these are the documents for the risk management and we have conducted in Feb, March and April month. So this is minimum 3 months of observation period and it can go up to 1 year. So that's on to SOC 2 type 1 and type 2 reporting. So type 1 is, it can be done quickly. Type 2, it usually takes time, minimum 3 months, and you have to gather all the evidences for the 3 months. That is minimum requirement, minimum time frame. Now why you need SOC 2? So after implementation of SOC 2, you have strong policies and procedures in place. You can demonstrate your cybersecurity controls that will boost customer confidence and increase brand reputation. Now this is a report structure for SOC 2. This is a standard report structure. There are 5 sections. 4 are mandatory. The last one is optional. The first one is management assertion. Here, management of the company, they pitch in and they say we have these controls, we have these things in place, and they have their signature done by the C-level staff or the manager. Then we have independent service auditor's opinion. The licensed CPA or the CPA firm who is auditing this report put some comments here if it is pass, fail, or it has some exceptions. So this is from the auditor. System description tells you about what are the various technical and non-technical details in the report, what are the products, offerings, and other stuff there, and the description of the controls and test results are like we have COSO framework and it evaluates on common criteria. So we have these common criteria. This was the expected output, and if it is as per the expected output, then it would be pass and there were no exceptions. So we have a complete checklist for all 5 trust principles there. So let's see some sample reports online. Now this is a sample SOC2 type 1 report online. This was published online. Okay. So as you can see here, we have total 5 sections. The first one is auditors section. The next one is management assertion. The third one is system description. Fourth one is trust service criteria and the descriptions. And the fifth one is optional, which is other information. Now, if you go with the first one, so these are the comments from a licensed CPA. So licensed CPA have evaluated the report and provided these comments. Okay. And these are the things there. Once this report is reviewed by the CPA with the license number signed on this area here. Okay. So this is the first section. Now the second section is management assertion. So here the management show the details, what services they are using and what are the description of the services, what are the products, infrastructure, software programs, and what are the different things here. And once it is done, it will get verified and reviewed by the management, and the high level profiles, like the C-level profiles, signed here. So here the CEO of this company signs this management assertion. Now the third one is a system description. This contains all details of the company, like what are the physical locations, what services they are using, what are the already in place controls. So these are all the details you can see here. This is a technical network diagram of the company. So all these are technical details, and this should not be available online without signing an NDA. But some companies, they have their own choice and they publish this report. Okay. So ideally this should be by an NDA. And these are the trust service criteria of the controls. So this is C1.1. So all we have here security controls, all 5 principles would be there. And once it's evaluated, the comments would be present, like no exceptions found, or if there are exceptions, there would be some exceptions found there. So like this. This is another company report available online. And here we have COSO principle 1. And this is the control. This is the criteria, and this control met successfully. So these are some of the sample reports. So after doing this activity, we will get such kind of report, which we can then showcase to our clients that we are SOC 2 type 1 certified or SOC 2 type 2 certified. Now we have seen SOC 2 type 1 sample report. Let's see some of SOC 2 type 2 reports. So this is a sample SOC 2 type 2 report. It contains 4 sections. So first is management assertion. Second, independent service auditors report coming from auditor. Third one is system description. And the last one is the test results. Now, if you click on the first one, so this is management assertion. These are the details all verified by CEO of the company. And this is done by EY. And this is coming from auditor's report. So licensed CPA from EY company, it will attest this. So this is from that company. And this is the name of the person who's attested this. And the third one is system description. So it contains all details of the company, technical and non-technical details. And the last one would be the control environment. So yeah, according to COSO principles, the auditor tested. Okay, so there are no deviation found. If there is any exceptions in the testing, so here you will get comment. Okay, here we have an exception found. So let's see if we have any exceptions here. I think this is a clean report of SOC 2 type 2. No deviations there. Okay, and everything look clean here. No deviations in the report for any control. Okay, this is another one, SOC 2 Type 2. Management assertion, comments from the auditor, system description, and testing metrics. So similar structure. Every SOC 2 report follows this similar structure where you have management assertion, then comments from the auditor, then description of the system, and the last one is the testing matrices. So yeah, no exceptions noted, or all are without exceptions. So this is also clean report. Now this is a sample SOC2 Type 2 report. You may check some other links also. You can Google SOC2 Type 2 report and check the file name to PDF. You'll get SOC2 Type 2 reports. Now, SOC reports should not be disclosed without signing NDA, but we still see a lot of companies openly display the SOC2 reports. This is for marketing purpose. We use SOC3 reports that can be disclosed in public. So that's onto sample reports for SOC2 Type 2. This depends on company, okay? If they want to display the SOC2 Type 2 report and they are aware of the security risks that can come from this report, if any attacker can read this report and can use it against the company. So they should be aware, okay, there might be abuse to this report if we display it online. And we should mitigate this risk, or at least put some kind of password on the PDF file and share only password to the required stakeholders there. Now we have seen SOC 2 reports, Type 1 and Type 2. It's a lengthy report and it contains technical details which someone may misuse it. So we have SOC 3 report. These are the shorter versions and this can be used on public for marketing purpose. So let's see some sample reports of SOC 3. So this is from Oracle. This is SOC 3 report. It's done by, it's done by EY. And it does not contain all the 5 sections. It just contains some information which is required to review. So a SOC 3 report says that you are SOC 2 certified also. And these are the lists. This is for AWS SOC 3, sorry. This is AWS SOC 2 report. This is also done by EY. And this report is publicly available, no issues here. It contains less information. Now, these are the 3 reports we have: SOC 1, SOC 2, and SOC 3. For SOC 1 and SOC 2, we have Type 1 and Type 2. And SOC 3 reports are a shorter version of SOC 2 report. Now, these can be some of the challenges while you're going through SOC 2 exercise. The first one is confusion if you really need it. So we have ISO 27001 and we have SOC 2, or we have some other data frameworks or ISMS frameworks. So the first confusion is, should we go with SOC 2? The second one is, if we decided, then the scope definition. There might be something we are missing, which is we are underestimating or we are overestimating. So the scope is too broad or too narrow. The next one would be team support. So during the SOC 2 exercise, we need support from IT team, HR team, software development team, vendor management team. There are a lot of teams we need support to drive our SOC 2 journey. Now, if any of the team member is not available or responding late to the policies we published, so there might be some challenges here. And the next one would be documentation overload. So we have too much documentation. And too much documentation, employee might need not be taking this seriously. So we need to enforce these policies in a proper way. And the last one would be budget issues. So SOC 2 report, when I compared with ISO, was expensive. This may be depending on other factors also, but I found SOC 2 reports expensive than ISO 27001. Now, this is a comparison between SOC 2 and ISO 27001. So ISO 27001 is by ISO, which is International Organization for Standardization. This is for ISMS framework. For SOC 2, it is by AICPA body. So it's majorly focused on data security and privacy controls of service organization. The ISMS scope is broad. It protects all information asset, while SOC 2, the scope is narrow. It only focuses on a service-based organization for the data handling practices. Now, the end result of ISO 27001 exercise is a certification which is valid for 3 years, but it requires annual surveillance audit. Now, customer can verify this certificate using certificate number by putting it in online portal and verifying the certificate. For SOC 2, the end result is a detailed report attested by a licensed CPA or a licensed CPA firm. Now, there is no any central tracker I've found for whether, by AICPA, whether I can validate, okay, this is a SOC 2 report and this attestation is valid. So since it's an attestation, they don't track it centrally. But now here's the question. Anyone can forge the document and can share, and we don't have any tracking in place, any central tracking. So this is an issue with the SOC 2 reports, like we don't have any central tracker in place. Now we go for ISO 27001 if the customers are globally present, including America. And for SOC 2, we go for SOC 2 if customer have specifically asked for it. And majorly the customer are based in America and Europe. Now there is a discussion here. Can an individual licensed CPA, which is not belonging to any CPA firm, can this person attest a SOC 2 report? And does that stand a valid SOC 2 report? So that's the discussion. I want the answer in the comments. Now let's continue the discussion on SOC 2 versus ISO 27001. So ISO 27001, the minimum time frame for its implementation would be 3 to 12 months. The minimum time frame for SOC 2, so for type 1, it would be anywhere around 1 month. And for type 2, we need additional 3 months. So minimum, we need 3 to 6 months for SOC 2 type 2. For ISO 27001, it's less expensive than SOC 2. SOC 2 is more expensive than ISO 27001. This may depend on some other factors also. But as SOC 2 expires in 1 year, there is no yearly surveillance audit, and you need to again start SOC 2 type 2 from a fresh timeline as a fresh audit. The purpose of ISO 27001 is to establish ISMS at organization level, and the purpose of SOC 2 is to provide assurance to clients that this organization controls are designed and operating effectively to meet the TSC, which is trust service criteria. And both ISO 27001 and SOC 2, they are not mandatory. Now, Juristech have some client based in Europe and US, and they are specifically asking if Juristech have a SOC 2 report. Some of the clients there are okay if they have a ISO 27001, but some of them are specifically asking for SOC 2. And another requirement is we need to do it quickly in 3 to 4 months or as soon as possible. So hence, as a CISO, AG have decided we go with SOC 2 type 1 first and try to achieve this in 1 month. And for the next 3 months, we'll go for SOC 2 type 2 as an observation period. So we'll go with SOC 2 as our audit. And for SOC 2, we need to agree on some scope. And we need to have teams available for this exercise. Now, before searching for SOC 2 vendors, we internally align with management to decide on SOC 2 scope and teams availability. So we consider here at organizational level, we are implementing SOC 2 and we have all the products in scope, all the Juristech products. If you remember, we have different products for Juristech. So all the products we have kept in scope and all the teams are in scope. And we need one point of contact from each and every team. So let's say we have HR, finance and vendor management team. We need one person from here. We have sales, pre-sales and contract management. From software development team, we may take assistance from PM. We have also training team, which trains new employees as well as existing employees in the organization. The IT team takes care of all the infrastructure, server, firewall, and all the things. And we have support team, which takes care of change management and the various tickets coming from existing customers. Now, once we have scope agreed internally and we have all the teams available with us for support, now the next step is we will search for SOC2 vendor who can assist us with the SOC2 process and get it done. So let's see how we can search such vendors online.